David Berninghausen was an American librarian deeply invested in upholding intellectual freedom as central to the philosophy of librarianship. And all people regardless of age, ethnicity, income, education, geographic location, physical limitation, language, they should have access to the information that they need. And to uphold intellectual freedom, Berninghausen positioned neutrality as a core or central theme, a core value of librarianship. Now, in 1969, American Libraries Association, ALA, Social Responsibilities Roundtable, CERT, was formed to promote social responsibility as a core value of librarianship. Berninghausen didn't like that. Activities Committee on New Directions, ACONDA, they defined social responsibility as A, the contribution that librarianship can make in ameliorating or even solving the critical problems of society. B, support all efforts to help inform and educate people of the United States on these problems and to encourage them to read as many views on and the facts regarding each problem and see the willingness of the ALA to take a position for the guidance and support of its members on current critical issues. In 1970, task forces are established. The Feminist Task Force, the Task Force on Gay Liberation, and the Black Caucus. Berninghausen believed that it was not the job of the ALA to take positions to resolve the issues of men. He believed in library neutrality. And in 1970, he wrote that the Library Bill of Rights has encouraged American librarians to hold tenaciously to the opportunity to examine all information on all sides of all controversial issues. He was worried about labeling, censorship, balanced collections, and policies on tenure. He wrote, "The Library Bill of Rights is not written to protect librarians, but rather to protect the intellectual freedom of library patrons." Then, in 1971, Berninghausen writes this paper called Antithesis in Librarianship, Social Responsibility versus Library Bill of Rights. And that kicked off what has been come to be known as the Berninghausen Debate. Now, he started out by saying, under the concept of libraries called social responsibility, topics concerning librarianship were replaced in ALA's conferences by a variety of social and political issues. And he said that this erosion has weakened the ALA, and if it continues, may sever the link of common purpose, which is the reason for existence of this organization. He made a list of things that he did not think the ALA should be connected with. The list included eradicating racial injustice, environmental issues, preventing war, promoting GLBT issues, preserving the separation of church and state, destroying or establishing universities, judging guilt or innocent, nor resolving hundreds of other social, scientific, or political issues. Berninghausen thought the politicization of the ALA would destroy its viability. He thought freedom of access to all points of views could not exist under the ALA's acceptance of social responsibility as this library issue. He said, to demonstrate why ALA's integrity and that of libraries would be destroyed under the social responsibility concept, we shall ask the operative question, how would librarians behave under these different concepts of librarianship in various situations? Then, in 1973, Library Journal printed Berninghausen's paper and a variety of responses. Robert Wedgeworth chimed in saying how Berninghausen's essay suggested emphasis on the custodial duties of libraries, and that an alternative point of view would hold that the first priority should be to serve the information needs and interests of identifiable users. And then, stuffy old Irvin J. Gaines supported Berninghausen. He said, "What is regrettable about Berninghausen's article is that I need a drink. What is regrettable about Berninghausen's article is that it even needed to be written. I suppose we will look back someday on this debate with a sense of embarrassment and puzzlement as to why librarians had to be lectured about the fundamental premise of the profession." William Summers, he pipes up. He says, "Librarians have always made judgments," and asked, "Is it dangerous to suggest that the library should help form community opinion on the socially significant issues in the community if, in doing so, the library adheres to the Library Bill of Rights in selecting the material relating to these important questions?" He closed by saying, "The real weakness in the social responsibility movement is not that the ALA will impose position upon libraries, but that a librarian will fail to impose a position on the ALA. Patricia Glass Schumann added her 2 cents. "You've got to be kidding me. No, I'm afraid you're not. Racism, poverty, war. All of these affect librarians as individuals and as workers. They cannot help but affect our institutions. They're manifestations of the sickness which interferes with the free flow of ideas in our society, a sickness which does not discriminate, which tramples on all freedoms." I like her. And Jane Robbins was also concerned about Berninghausen's position. She said, "The result of this sort of myopic professionalism is to support intellectual freedom for those who have power, while denying it to those who are powerless. There can be no intellectual freedom unless it is available to all men." Clara S. Jones added, "It is my belief that social responsibility and the Library Bill of Rights are in no way contradictory or mutually exclusive, and that the concept is no longer seriously contested." She was pissed. She didn't like Berninghausen's list of non-library issues. She took issue with the first 3 in particular: war, racism, pollution. And she said, "To say that librarians may not deal with vital matters in any other organization or setting other than their own professional association is unreasonable in the extreme." Meanwhile, Arthur Curley called Berninghausen's piece satire. He called it a marvelous spoof on the reactionary librarian. He gleefully tears apart Berninghausen's concocted fantasy, and he closes by stating, "This satire is certainly designed to help advance the cause of social responsibility amongst librarians." Now finally, Andrew Armitage says, "The problem is, David, that you are simply 2 years too late." Adding that, "I don't believe that many readers will really give a damn." To be clear, Armitage was saying that the fury of social responsibility has already passed, and that the, quote, radicals of yesterday escaped into the call of Jesus, the rigors of professional blackness, the classrooms of our library, schools, or, in my case, the quiet of rural North America. He thought that social responsibility would become a burning cause again someday, but that it was primarily over and Berninghausen's concerns were irrelevant. And that in a nutshell, was the Library Journal's famous Berninghausen Debate. Oh my god, my tummy, I ate way too much sugar. Oh.